If I ask you, who is the most valuable character in Duet Night Abyss, who would you answer? Most probably you're thinking of a support right now, because it's true that support such as Daphne and Truffle Filbert is going to be an all-rounder that you can use on any team comps, which makes their value really high. Or maybe if you're thinking lore-wise, the main character is probably going to be your main answer. But what I'm looking for is a character that can survive alone. Even if they're alone, they could handle themselves on any challenge that is thrown to them. A character so important that it makes playing the game 10 times easier than if they're not on the team. Now I'm not talking about the strongest DPS or the best support, I'm talking about value. The kind of value that makes your daily grind smoother, faster, and honestly way less painful. And you probably already have an idea who I'm talking about here, and if you don't, then here she is. Yes, it's Lynn. Why, you ask? Lynn, the Hyperborean Empire 13th Legion commander, is the perfect companion for grinding at any point of the game. Even better than Snow. Sorry, Snow. As you already know, grinding materials and resources is going to be where most of your time is going to be spent. And well, it's kinda tiring, especially when you have to do it over and over again. So obviously, people try to find a way to make things easier, less frustrating, and most of all, the most fun way. I mean, just watch my Lynn dominate every ants that is crawling trying to get close to the one true queen. Look at them, lined up for their funeral. For me, Lynn has been the most fun and the easiest character to farm with in this game, since literally, there are commissions where it would only take you seconds just because you have a Lynn active in your team, where usually if you're using somebody like Lisbel or any other character, you would have a longer time to clear some of the stages since you have to chase them like dogs. Because the enemies walk so slow that you might as well go to their face and give them the bonk as soon as possible. But for Lynn, just stand in the middle, click left click, and let Hansel and Gretel do all the work. Lynn is basically feeding you all the resources that you would need to build other characters. Think of Lynn as your partner, and the children's are the other characters that you built with her. So if you're somebody who just started, you could go for the character that you like, or you could live a happy life and go for the one true queen. Also, did you know that this girl has no filter? The game has to filter what she's saying on the Japanese voice since she's saying a bad word whenever she gets hit by an enemy. She's saying, "Kso, doite." Which basically translate to, "Shit, get away." Which adds to the immersion in the game because imagine you get hit by an ugly Filtoid. I bet you'll be cursing the shit out of that Filtoid while you slaughter his whole family. But you could always just go for the English version.
Fucking hurt! Fucking hurt! Fucking hurt! Fucking hurt!
Now let's go to her cosmetics. Need I say more? Now let's look at her best character duo. Two babes in one team. Oh wait, I mean 2 birds in one stone. She's also self-sufficient. She doesn't need buffs, she doesn't need setup, and she doesn't rely on supports to keep her alive. With decent gear, she can solo content comfortably, which is something very few characters can do. But of course, not everyone is perfect. Not even this impeccable queen. Her main weakness is going to be having a lesser damage when facing bosses compared to the other DPS in the game. But let me tell you a little secret. Yeah, boom. No one is strong against a fully intron character. Well, yes, if you compare her to somebody like a full intron Lady Nifle, Lynn would take much more time defeating a boss. But fighting bosses rarely happens every day, so spending a bit more time defeating a boss is a price that I'm willing to pay for fully investing on my Lynn. But the most important of all is how well she fits every stage of the game. Early game, she carries you through the story with ease. Mid game, she helps you clear material stages faster than anyone else. Late game, she's still relevant, her scaling doesn't fall off, and her area damage remains top tier. So, are you convinced that Lynn is the most valuable character right now in Duet Night Abyss? Tell me in the comments. If not, tell me your nominee and the reason why. With that, if you want more fun Duet Night Abyss content, subscribe and see you in the next video.